Okay, hi, we're back for step 3. Okay, so in your kit, you've got some gold cord and also some ivory fiber with some gold, metallic gold in it. It's really pretty. So the first thing I want to do is have you cut off an 18-inch length of this gold cord. We're going to set this aside for later. Okay, so take your remaining length and we're going to make a loopy bow. We're actually doing this part of the clock, okay, the loopy bows that are under the butterfly. Okay, so if you've never made a loopy bow before, it's really simple. So you're just gonna take your fingers and you're going to be making a bow that has about 1.5 inch long loops, okay? And you're just gonna go back and forth. Now, you could measure the first loops to make sure they're about 1.5 inches, and then after that, you just keep going back and forth, making the rest the same length. And it might take you a couple times practice to get used to this. I've been making loopy bows for a while, so here we go. Okay, so when you're done, you've got a pretty substantial handful there, okay? So then we're gonna take this fiber and we're gonna cut off of a little piece of it because we're gonna use that to tie this all together. So take the next piece of fiber, hold it over the gold, and you're just gonna go, I want to make those a little bit bigger. Okay, you're gonna go over the gold ones. Okay, there we go. Now, as you can see, that is not perfect. We're not going for perfection here. We're just going for what's gonna look pretty. So don't worry about it if yours has an extra long tail there. That's what scissors are for. I just cut it away, no one knows. All right. Now, this one, it's handy if you have another pair of hands around. So if somebody else is in the house with you, grab them and say, hey, hold this. And you can have them tie this fiber where your fingers are. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I've got that tied once there. Give it a nice pull. And I'm gonna give it another to make an overhand knot. Okay, so there you go. And you just kind of splay those out a little bit. There we go. I always like to put knots at the end of my tails if I can. Just think it looks a little more finished. Okay, so now we're going to glue this on the edge of the clock. Okay, so I'm going to take some hot glue, and I want quite a bit of it making contact with the edge, so I'm putting, I don't know, what is that, about 1/2 inch length of hot glue on the back of that. Okay, and I'm putting it, so if this was a clock, I would be gluing it at about 8 o'clock. There, how's that? Okay. All right, now we're gonna take our crinkly paper and we're gonna get 3 strands of the crinkle. Okay, and we're gonna glue that over on the center of the loopy bows. All right, there we go. Okay, next comes our pretty gold die cut butterfly. And I just sort of like to bend those wings a little bit to give them a little bit of dimension. And that's gonna get glued right over the center of our loopy bow and our crinkles. Put a little bit of glue on there. Get that glue string out of there. Okay, there we go. And just hold that for just a second. All right, now I'm going to put A little bit of glue on our little flower. Oh, I think that's like a dogwood blossom. Okay, and notice I'm gluing it on point as opposed to squared up like that. I want to put it on point just to give it a little added interest there. All right, now, there we go. That's adorable. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is put our sentiment on there. All right, I've got up, up, and away, and put on your wings. Okay, so put a little bit of hot glue on the back. Just want to make sure that's squared up where I want them. You don't want your greetings to be crooked. I have to keep them straight. Okay. Okay, make sure I got that one. All right, there we go. There you have it. That's step 3. Come back for step 4. We're going to do the finishing touches to the front of our clock.